Alright, today we are going to be playing Empires of the Undergrowth,
I
an
see the
ant
Queen is
strategy
taking
game.
well to her
Oh,
new home.
It's
pause that just real quick. So they have different levels in this. Each episode I'm going to try to make per level. I'm going to let the game speak though, because I'm playing on story mode.
fascinating. She has already started to spawn. Incredible, really, that we found such a healthy specimen.
How long until we can expect to see interspecies polymorphism?
We should be patient and allow the colony to grow first. I've placed food nearby. Then we will introduce the Formica fusca and observe their reaction.
Excellent. Keep me updated on their progress.
Alright, so basically, ant building game as you see. Gonna build out
They are
a
beginning
colony.
to expand their territory.
Excellent news.
So first off, you have all of these different groups right here to put the ants in. You start off with 7 that surround themselves by the nest. And then you're going to build a food source. So let's just go up over here. These ants are all worker ants. Then you just throw down food tiles. You have the food tiles, the speed tiles, upgrade tile, and then the ant brew tiles. Right now we only have access to the workers tile because we just started the game. We'll unlock more ants as we go along. So now let's get some more ants now that we got food. Or maybe we don't have food yet because they haven't collected it. Alright, they haven't gathered it all, but they've gathered enough for us to grab some ant tiles down real quick.
The queen has begun to lay new eggs.
Perfect.
Right,
We
so
will soon have a
here
thriving
is
colony.
our new group of our worker ants, the 4 right there. If I hover above them, it goes white. These are the 7 original ones. We're going to leave these around the queen because they have to grab eggs and place them on the tiles for new any ants to hatch. Alright, now that they've gathered all the food, we're going to actually start going onto the levels. This is the main formicarium. I don't know the best way to explain it other than just jump straight into a level and come back and explain it then, so that's what we're going to do. We have these gateway missions, and then these to explain the game as you go on, so let's start with a new home. We're just going to start off with medium because I don't want it to take too long for the sake of a video. So, we're starting
This
off...
Formica fusca queen has set up home beneath a rotting log. She is fat and vulnerable.
Rude.
Her first brood will need to move quickly if the colony is to survive. Their priority now is to find food, and there is plenty around. But there are other hungry creatures down here. The workers will need to be vigilant.
So we're going to be going through these missions that will throw us in a completely random ant colony in situations like this where we're supposed to completely overtake this underground area, and then it gives us rewards for our main nest, which is what we just were at, where you're building that up for the different gateway challenges. Without further ado, let's actually get into it though.
The ants have encountered a pocket of woodworm. These defenseless weevil larvae will make an excellent meal for the colony. They will be butchered and carried off for processing.
Now we got some food, so let's grab... So we can grab worker ants or soldier ants. Let's start off with... Well, we have to think about space, actually. I think I'm going to have all my soldier ants down here and my worker ants to the left of this thing here, so... Let me get like 2 or 3 worker ants just right there. Throw them in our first category. And then let's dig out over here. It's question marks, which means they should be safe. If it is a red exclamation point, they'll be aggressive and can kill our queen as they work through it. Right, now that we got some food stored too, let's start digging down here. And then a little up here. Sorry if I'm going through it a little bit quickly. This pocket up here I just made is going to be for food. Storage, which is just like a little hay pile. As you see, it goes up on the top right there as it's crafted. We can upgrade these as well. based on the surrounding tiles, and it increases it more as if there was another food tile right down there. Now let's get some soldier ants. Can only afford 3 right now. So now we have only aggressive enemies nearby. I lied, never mind. We have 2 more passive bugs for food we can still go after. So let's do that first. None of our soldier ants have hatched yet. There they are. And they'll join up with our main group. And that went by fast. Quickly head over here and grab these dudes. Some more food going. Grab some more soldier ants so we're ready for war. And each, if you hover above them, you can see how much they cost. Soldier ants cost 20 food to place the tile, and then 2 food to hatch. These cost 50, and then 5 food to hatch. So if they die, they can be born again as long as there is a egg on the tile, like these are here. And you have the requirement food, so 5 or 2. But let's actually go after an enemy that will fight back now. You can also set up specific restrictions, such as
the workers
they can't
have
gather
uncovered
food,
carnivorous larvae
or
of
can't attack.
Ochiposolens, the devil's coach horse. They are born ready for combat, with powerful slicing mandibles for chopping up their prey. They are still small, however, and must undergo a final pupation before their armor is fully developed. If the ants are fast, they should be able to overwhelm these critters.
Our food stores are full, so let's upgrade these over here. I don't want to dig out too much and add more and trigger these enemies. I'm not sure if I can beat them quite yet. But let's go after these 3 over here. And we have enough food to place down some more tiles.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
As you can see, I made a mistake. I should have had them all gather up first before I attacked. Now they're
If the ants are disturbed
trickling
the
in.
adult of these larvae, the outcome for the colony may not have been so fortunate. They must expand with caution. The colony is starving. There is not enough food to feed the new brood.
As the ants were hatching, we ran out of food and we couldn't birth any more of the ants. Which is why it's good to make sure you have food storage before you go into a battle. Another reason I like doing this, I like to have an attack group that will only collect food after they've taken out an enemy, and then a worker group that won't attack ever and will only gather food. That way, going in to something like this where there's food on the ground already, they can just go in and grab the food while the soldier ants fight. And you have food coming in to replace the workers that do die, or soldiers that do die. Let's get some more ant tiles down. Yeah, and then we'll go after which one? These guys next. Let's have them group up. You also need worker ants to be able to dig out dirt. I don't believe soldier ants can.
Predators are loose in the nest. The larvae must be protected.
And as you can see, the worker ants didn't really need to go behind them and bring back food. The soldier ants took care of them too quickly. So that wasn't a great example of what I was talking about, but this enemy should be pretty easy as well. Just dig right on up to that. Get the ants over there already. Start digging this stuff out so the 7 starter
There are
worker
intruders
ants
in the nest.
work on it. Alright, now we got that food coming in. Let's increase our food storage with the new area we have. and get our soldier ants over here ready to take out this group. They cost 50 each. Let's place down 2 so we have enough food reserves in case they end up dying off. Instead of 3. These worker ants over here, they've gathered all the food already.
There are intruders in the nest.
Alright, so the soldier ants are going to be fighting there, and you'll see the worker ants are going right past them to gather up the food. So that way this limited food supply doesn't die out on me before the fight ends. As you can tell the way I'm talking about it, I have played this game several times over. It is an amazing game. Well, I figured I may as well do a video series on it, because it is an amazing game. And, ooh, free food. None of these guys will fight back, and there's no worries. We can just dig straight into that. They do have to be killed
These
still,
wood
but...
lice will make a significant addition to the colony's larders, but they are clinging tightly to the ground.
Yep.
It's going to take some effort to dislodge them.
So they still have to get killed off. It's not just loose food, so the soldiers have to fight them, but they won't fight back. Let's upgrade our food stores, because we're already starting to fill them out. Let's dig up over here. And as you can see, the ants have to walk further and further away, which, as you're fighting like this group up here, walking to and from the nest will be quite a pain. What you can do is have these speed tiles, which make ants move faster. But you can also have other small food storage areas out in the middle of the nest. Like I can just have a random little pile over here. That way the ants aren't walking back quite as far to bring food to the colony and fight. They got those gathered. Let's take out this free food over here now. And place some more ant tiles. Let's get some more food gatherers. And some more soldiers. And we also have this little area over here that's not getting used, so let's dig this out and place some more workers over here too. While they gather all of that up. And then the worker ants I'm building over here, I'm not going to have join the main group. I'm going to have them stay in the nest group. That means they're going to be helping out with breaking stuff near the nest, like these guys over here, but they're also going to be grabbing eggs from the queen to put on the tiles. That way, if you have a bunch of soldiers all dying at once, they can actually be respawned fast enough because you have enough ants placing the eggs. So otherwise, you'll have tiles like this without an egg on it, and even if you have the food, there's no egg on it to hatch. So you want to make sure you have a good group by the nest as well. Yep, they've gathered all of that. Let's go into this fight right here. It's closest, and it looks like it's the easiest fight to win.
There are intruders in the nest.
Yep, that one fast. To the left. You never want to take on a harder enemy when you have an easier enemy you can fight, just in case. You never know, if you end up losing it without food to respawn, they'll just go straight to your queen,
Predators are loose in the
and you
nest.
have to restart.
The larvae must be protected.
Alright, now it's time to choose quantity or quality. So I can keep placing a bunch of black ants that will all require more food and more workers to place the eggs as they die off, or you can upgrade the ants as well to give them a boost in their damaging HP so they last longer. So let's do that, and then realize I spent way too much food. I still have food incoming, so it's not the end of the world. I'll still have food for next fight, but wasn't the smartest decision. Achievement failed. Quantity, not quality. Oh, yeah. Exactly what I was saying.
There are intruders in the nest.
Right, let's take these guys on out. See if they can't dig around too, so the workers can get past all these bugs and get to the food. Yep. Let's throw down some food stores over here, so we may as well. That way when these get built, the ants aren't making as long of a trip to bring the food back. Alright, let's get this free food right here now, before we go into another fight against aggressive bugs. And we want over here, upgrade our soldiers some more. As you can see, you have to place your tiles in a certain way because you have like 10 out of 11. So I can't upgrade this tile, but after this one is upgraded, this one will say 12 out of 12 and I can upgrade it to stage 3. I just don't have the food, because they're gathering that all up right here. Oh no, they already did. That one passed. Okay. Bring them on over here to fight.
There are intruders in the nest.
I also just love the music of this game. Alright, that went by pretty fast. Again, free food up here. May as well just have them go straight for it, so I don't have to wait for them to be grouped if it's not an aggressive enemy. Alright, as they're taking out the wood lice, food stores are filling up, so let's spend it while we got it. Upgrade our ants even more, and then upgrade our food store some more as well. And place some new food stores up here too, that way they're not making as long of a trip. We have the food to do it, so we may as well place some speed tiles too. So this is the path they're all having to take each time. There we go. Still got a lot of food coming in, so upgrade these. And the upgrade is the same as placing the tile in the first place, so 50. And is that as far as we can upgrade these for now? It is. That should be enough to win this, though. So we still have all the food from this one. And I believe these are two separate fights. So I don't think it's this entire group we're fighting next. I think it's this group and then this group. But they gathered all the food, so let's gather our ants back on up over here and start digging into this area. Yeah, let's save for the food we do have right now, because we have a lot more soldiers. So 5 times 18, 50, 40, 90. So we have to have 90 food at least, assuming all of our soldier ants die.
There are intruders in the nest.
Right, have our fighters fight, workers gather. Actually, the workers might not be able to get through. Let's dig out this a bit more. There we go. Right. Yeah, not a whole lot of food in here. We'll have to see. Let's place another food storage over here too. Gathered all the food real quick. Let's gather the soldiers up right there, and the workers up right here as well. Alright, we got 412. That's more than what we would need for safeguard food for new ants to be born. So, let's get some more soldiers. Not too over the top. Yeah, that should be fine. Wait just a moment for them to lay eggs and then hatch. Alright, there we go. Let's head on up here. Some of the soldier ants are still walking up, but I think we should be fine.
There are intruders in the nest.
Yeah, I was right. We are two separate groups. Oh, that went by really fast. And then this is our last fight of all, so save food just in case. Not spend any of the food we get from that little fight right there. Alright, I think most of them are grouped back up, so let's head right in.
There are intruders in the nest. The ants have stumbled into the path of a fully developed devil's coach horse beetle, and it's hungry for breakfast. The beetle is almost 4 times the size of a black ant, and protected by thick plates of external armor. Whilst it bites at the tiny defenders, it sprays foul-smelling secretions from the end of its raised abdomen, disorientating the ants.
So these are the fully grown devil coach horse beetles. So these guys, grown up, turn into these. That's what I was talking about, extra food. As you saw, they took out all of the ants I had there previously. These are all newborn ants coming in for round 2. That's also why I like to have these workers that are able to go by and just keep gathering food.
The devil's coach horse is dead.
Oh.
Its corpse will provide food to support dozens of new brood. This Formica fusca colony has now established itself as a rising power in the Undergrowth. Soon their territory will need to expand above ground, where new challenges await. For the time being, however, the Queen is safe.
And that is a new home stage. So this is what I was talking about for rewards. We can choose extra territory, extra food, or royal jelly. Let's go with the royal jelly because that's something I need to talk about in just a moment. 744 score. So, royal
How is
jelly.
the colony
We can.
progressing?
Oh, let me
The Queen
let them
is
speak.
exhibiting interesting new behaviors. I believe the colony is beginning to adapt.
Okay, so we can unlock new ants. So like you saw before, we couldn't place soldier ants at the very start. Now we have them unlocked that we've completed that stage. As we go on throughout the game, we will unlock wood ants, leaf cutter ants, fire ants, and matable ants. And then we can also upgrade them. So right now, these different tiers, 2 and 3. If I go over here, I can't upgrade these even if I had enough ants, or enough food too. So let's place those down there. I can't upgrade it because I haven't unlocked it with Royal Jelly yet, like I could in the minigame. So, to unlock these different levels, realize I don't have enough. Why? I've already pressed on this. We can also, yeah, that's another thing we can do. Arrow, go away. Okay. We can choose different abilities. We can choose aggressive brood, efficient brood, and then on the other side we'll have defensive versus nimble. I don't have the jelly for it, so I don't want to explain those two right now. But all of the different ants will have abilities you can choose from as well. Next episode will be subjugation, and then we'll go into a gateway mission. Gateway missions are on our colony right here, so let's dig on out. So we're underground, let's go overground. and explain a bit what I'm talking about. So here's the food we got from our last mission, but we're in a formicarium. So the gateway mission is going to depend on these ants being strong enough for whatever experience they toss in here. So a bunch of spiders or double coach horse beetles, and whatever you make toss in. There isn't much more to talk about, other than them still needing to gather food. Let's upgrade these tiles real quick. But yeah, next episode we'll get into subjugation. Thank you guys so much for watching. Any comments, please let me know below. Is my voice too loud or too quiet this time? Am I speaking too fast? Thank you so much for watching.